Hello, my fellow Americans and the rest of the YouTube viewers. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. I watched a video about Ted Cruz. Actually, this guy was talking about how we could learn a lesson from what Ted Cruz did. Interesting take. See, Ted Cruz said, "You insulted my wife. You insulted my father. So I am not going to endorse you." And Ted doubled down on it. But you see, I can understand the guy standing on morals and principles. You know, standing up for his family. That's all well and good. But I think he made a strategical error. You see, Ted Cruz, if I'm not mistaken, is a man of God. I think he talks about religion and faith a lot. And if Ted Cruz had come out and instead said, Donald Trump said some really mean and nasty things about my wife and my father, made these outlandish accusations, but because I'm a man of faith, I'm a man of God, I'm going to forgive him because that's what the Word tells me to do. I think if he would have done that and endorsed Trump, Ted Cruz's political capital would have never been higher. He could have set an example. Now, these are both examples, but which one moves forward? Which one promotes goodwill? Which one is the better outcome? Of course you defend your family, your wife. I mean, probably if they were face to face and he said something bad about his wife, that's time for some fisticuffs. That's just the way guys are. But when you want to be a leader, you have to lead. You have to do things that show the people that you're somebody they can look up to, somebody they would want their children to emulate. Now, would you want your children to emulate somebody that's going to hold a grudge? Or are you going to want your children to emulate somebody who says, you know what? You have done me wrong. You have tarnished my family. But as a man of God, I'm going to forgive you. And we're going to get past this. I mean, I think the answer is simple. But there are times when you have to draw that line and say, you know what, you've crossed it. You attacked my family, you attacked my wife, my father, and you know what? I'm just not going to let that sit. You see, there is no right or wrong. There just simply is two different ways of looking at this. And I think Ted Cruz made a strategical error. Now, if he would have just been, Ted Cruz, just regular old Joe Blow on the street, yeah, he could hold a grudge. Who cares? That's just him and the other guy. But when you are in the public eye, when everything you say and do is going to be under scrutiny, you've got to sometimes think the big picture. And I think Ted Cruz blew it. What do you think? I'd like to know where you stand on this. Because like I said, I think the guy on the other video, he made a good case for, that's an example how you stand up for your family. You fight for your family. You defend your family. You don't let anybody, tarnish your family reputation like that. There's a lot to be said for that. And there's a lot to be said for the other thing, the case I made too. Individual choice. So, it's just something to think about, something to ponder. Let me know what you think.